Let's take you back to Kwazulu-Natal now, where several areas have been severely affected by rain, as we've been speaking about. Nobuhle Modise joining us live then from Isipingo. Nobuhle, just share with us the kind of situation that you're kind of seeing in and around the area.
Good afternoon, Arabile. A lot of devastation in these parts. As you can hear the noise behind me, that is a machine that is being used to drain the water where I'm standing right now. I'm at the Dakota informal settlement, and the structure that you see behind me is where some people live. As you can see, I've got water all the way up to almost my torso, but apparently what we know about this particular area is that there are people that stay in here, and as you can see, the entire area is submerged in water. There is a machine in the background that's pumping out the water, but these are the kind of scenes that we've seen driving into the Isipingo area, where roads are flooded, some roads are inaccessible, and the water levels are just very high. Earlier on, we're coming to you from another a place of residence, which is a complex where the houses there as well were submerged in water. We managed to go into one of the houses where one of the residents there was explaining to us that this happened at around 3 a.m. this morning when they heard a heavy downpour, and as they went to inspect, they discovered that the house was flooding, and this is the situation that we see throughout Isipingo. As you can see here, the water all the way up to almost my torso, and people are just cleaning up, and many of them saying that the issue with this particular area is the fact that there isn't proper drainage. I heard some of the residents here saying that this is something that the municipality is trying to deal with, as pipes are being lined up to ensure that the drainage system is upgraded. But in the meantime, as these downpours occur, unfortunately there is some flooding that takes place. We know that at that particular complex that I spoke of, there's a home there where in 2021, during those April floods, the owners of that home unfortunately lost everything, and they were forced to pack up and leave that place, and it's still vacant, and it's one of the areas in that particular complex, one of the homes in that complex, which is currently worst affected, as we saw the water levels in that particular house being higher than anywhere else. I do want to bring in someone who stays at this particular place where we are standing, for him to maybe explain to us, for example, how are they receiving the help that they're receiving at the moment. I'm going to ask my colleague to show you that particular drainage that's taking place with that machinery that's making a noise in the background. But this is the kind of help that they are getting at the moment to ensure that the water is pumped out. It's quite a long process, because since we got here, this has been happening, and it doesn't seem as if the water levels are getting any lower. But let me bring into the conversation
lana kuqala sesina 2 days sizama ukufonela abantu bamasipala bengafiki, besinikeza ama-reference number bethi njalo bayeza lutho. Izolo kuthena nalishona ilanga wabuya imvula enzima, sazama ukulokhu uzamuva iy'mpahla, kwathiwa sekulethi kwangena amanzi endlini nasemgwaqweni bese engasahambeki. Manje sesazama ukuthi sicele kulaba becontract bazosipampela amanzi, kodwa sisazama namanje akehle amanzi, sisazama noma azophuma yini.
Njengoba lo mshini lokuhamba la shutha amanzi awaphumi, ngiyabona ngingathi ayaphuma lapha, kwenzakalani, ayaphuma noma kuyayifanela nje?
Inkinga maningi kakhulu amanzi, kuba zonke le ndawo esakhelene nazo zonke zinama-flight zichithela la ngaphakathi, so umshini usufake la ukuthi awukhuphuke uthele ngalo. Ikhansela likaze lifike, abantu bakwa-disaster bakaze bafike, nomasipala lutho akekho nje umuntu kwafika la ezobheka ukuthi kwenzakalani isimo.
He's explaining the fact that this happened 2 days ago already, and with the downpour yesterday, it just made it even worse. And they've, asked for help from the municipality. There's quite a number of complaints that they've lodged, but they haven't received any help. He's also saying there that the council in the area is also not assisting them in the way they wanted. That particular machine that's making a noise in the background is something that he says they borrowed from a contractor nearby to be able to pump some of the water out. But as I said, it looks as if it's quite a slow process. But these are the kind of scenes we are seeing in eThekwini today, where we know that throughout the province, as we've alluded in the intros, that 6 people people, unfortunately, have died. And we know that in those fatalities, there are children there as well. And we know that this kind of weather might continue throughout into the weekend. For now, it looks sunny, but we don't know what might happen later on, because we do know that many of these places that are flooded, a large part of them, this happened between the hours of midnight and 5 a.m. this morning. So we wait and see if areas like this, for example, will see disaster management teams coming through to assist those who are here trying to clean up on their own. But as you can see, it's a mammoth task as they are trying to ensure that they're pumping this water out, because people do live in the structure where I'm standing.
Nobuhle Modise, it's certainly one imagines just the most difficult situation, and all of those that are affected by this, we certainly hope that we find a solution for you, as much assistance as possibly attained as well then for them. Nobuhle Modise giving us that story out of Isipingo out in Kwazulu-Natal.